Hello everyone and welcome to a more in-depth review about the CMF watch Pro by Nothing. So on today's video we are going to cover the advantages and disadvantages. If you're thinking about buying this watch, you definitely need to know if it's worth it or not. First things first, of course, we are going to cover the advantages because there are advantages when you buy this watch, and the first one, of course, is the price. The price, I've got this one for 50 US dollars, which is one of the cheapest watches out there for what it offers, that's for sure. I don't know in other countries, but this one I've got it on an offer here in my country in Europe, and like I said, it was about 50 US dollars, which I think it's a winner for that price. The design of the watch, the design, it's actually quite sick because you have these smooth edges, a OLED display with this deep black, which never fails to me because I love this deep black. It also has, into my opinion, this looks like somehow a simplified version of an iWatch Ultra, if you ask me. Another advantage of this watch would be like it has really good battery life. If you use this watch for like, let's say 6-7 hours a day, you only see a drop for like 20 or 30% a day. It has really great quality when you make calls and when you receive calls. You can use this watch to answer and to dial, of course. My experience is that I've called a couple friends of mine using this watch, and I asked them, hey, how do you hear me? Is this like working good or something like that? And they all said, you sound just like you talk on your phone. So basically the microphone on this watch is basically outstanding. Another thing that I want to talk about is that you have like when you get it, the installation process, the first installation process goes very smooth. One thing that you have to do, it's basically download the app onto your Android or your iPhone, and basically you are going to use the app to connect to configure this watch. It has a QR code right here, and you only have to do is use the camera of the phone, scan the QR code, and from that it's like a very short story. And the app actually helps you to gain more information and customize the watch however you would like. Now, with all these advantages that I've said, yes, it's a nice watch, it's a beautiful watch, has a great price, good specs, but let's see the disadvantages. So the main thing I want to cover is that my watch, I use it with a Samsung S24, which is of course an Android, and I have problems with the watch disconnecting from the phone very often. So on to numerous times I've been losing notifications and all that kind of stuff because on the sudden my watch keeps disconnecting from my phone. So you have to be very careful with that. I've read online, and there are people who experience this and there are people who are not experiencing this. So it might be depending on your phone. I don't have an exact reason for which this happens, but you have to be really careful because the main reason when you buy a watch is to have, let's say, a more independent device from your phone where you can actually watch your notifications and what's going on without to have to take the phone out of your pocket. So this watch, for me, when it works amazing because I can see everything. I can make calls, I can see my notifications, but when it doesn't work, that's the problem. So make sure before you buy it, you do some research depending on what kind of phone do you have, and you make sure that the watch actually works with the kind of device that you have. Another thing that I want to cover is the inaccurate steps and heartbeat that you get on the watch. Basically, the steps are totally inaccurate. As of today, of course, I've got 0 steps because I haven't used it yet. But I want to tell you guys that either if I go up right now and do some steps, it's not going to record those steps. Either I go walk on a street for like half an hour, then it starts tracking some steps. But for me, this feature has not been great at all. I mean, and also the heartbeat. When I was running, my heartbeat was at 70, 75, which is definitely a lie because that's my normal heartbeat, not when I'm running. So that might be just my experience, but I want you to be aware of the situation. One more thing, one more disadvantage is that it gets very, very easily scratched. I don't know if you can see here, but it definitely has a scratch. I don't know when I did this. Okay, let me see if I can put it. And of course, right here at the top, I've got another scratch, which you can barely see, but it is there. This watch, its case, basically, it's very, very sensitive. I don't know when I did those scratches. Looks like I just got them. I put this in my desk overnight, and somehow I think when I got it out, I did this. So yeah, one big minus is the very, very sensitive case, which basically gets you to scratch your watch very, very easy. Another minus would be the bracelet. I've got this bracelet on the color gray because you cannot see the dust and all that kind of stuff that it keeps on it. But if you get the black version of this bracelet, you will definitely tell that it catches all the dust on it, and you have to clean it all the time. But what I would recommend, if you still buy this watch, you can get some great quality bracelets online, because I've seen that people are ordering leather bracelets for this and all that kind of stuff. And one more thing that I want to cover is the charging situation. It comes with a charger that looks like this. Of course, very cheap looking, but that wouldn't be a problem. The problem is, I take the watch and I want to put it to charge. I don't know if you can see this, but it totally avoids those pins to be connected correctly. So whenever I want to put the watch to charge very fast, I always have to keep in mind that I have to go until the other side and connect it. But it's very easily to disconnect. I mean, my cat just walks by and can disconnect this. So keep in mind that it's a cheap watch that comes with good specs, but I would say it's not performing the way it should. Keep in mind that you pay this money for maybe, let's say, a fitness bracelet that actually can record your steps accurately. This one doesn't. My heartbeat wasn't accurate at all. So as well, I think the disadvantages on this watch, for me personally, it's my point of view, it's not worth it. It's not worth it because you can actually get something that does its job for a bit more money. So basically that was it for today, guys. I'm planning to do more and more reviews for the gadgets I use on a day-to-day basis. So if you like this video, please, would be a great honor for me to have you as my subscriber. And I hope you have a wonderful day and you enjoyed this review. Thank you.